What's up, everybody? How you doing? This is your boy Bill Bro, photobybillbro.com. Just want to take a minute, just kind of say hey to everybody, and want to just kind of tell everybody about a mistake that's commonly made when it comes to picking your wedding photographer. A lot of times, people nowadays are not looking for quality anymore. They're bargain shopping. They're trying to see who has the best price. That's what they're looking for, the best price, instead of looking for the best quality. And I'm gonna tell you that that's a mistake that a lot of people have made. I've seen some people say, "Hey, my buddy say he'll hook me up," and them hookups can be detrimental to you. They have a bad wedding day captured, or you may not even get your pictures, or different things of that nature that's constantly happen from different friends of mine that have said in the past, I hate I went the cheap route, or I hate I did this, I hate I didn't make a better choice. Everybody has regretted it. So I want to try to help everyone else to see the importance of looking for quality versus quantity, so to speak. A person that might be, the mistakes that's commonly made are, a person might say, hey, Uncle Bob got a camera. I'll let Uncle Bob take my pictures. Uncle Bob may have a camera, but Uncle Bob may not be a photographer. If your uncle is a professional photographer, that's something different. But I'm talking about just typical Uncle Bob. He got a camera, and you just figure, hey, he can take my pictures, and then you don't get the elegant looks that you would prefer to see. It can be a problem. It can really be a problem for you. Another thing that people do is they'll go out and they'll decide that they want to go with the cheapest one. Somebody's out here saying, "Hey, well, I'll do your pictures for $400." That might be true, but what kind of pictures are you going to have? Are they going to put their heart into it, put their work into it? Are they going to go through your images and retouch them and make them look really nice? There might be a blemish or something that came up on your face that wasn't there before, and you tried your best to hide it with your makeup. Sometimes we get a little pimple or something. A real photographer will go through there and retouch that out so that you can look really nice. The time that it takes to go through and do all that retouching, it takes a lot of time going through hundreds of images, retouching them, making sure that they look good when they're presented to you. So, we shouldn't really look down on the craft of a photographer. I think the problem is we've let these cell phones make us think that photography is no big deal. Why should you charge a whole lot of money for photography? And it really is not like that. You really have to look at it from a different standpoint. Photographer, from a professional standpoint, is a person that's going out, taking your pictures, composing them correctly, getting the lighting properly so you can have a decent picture and your moments being captured. Persons think just because, hey, I got an iPhone, I can take some good pictures. It's more than just having an iPhone. It's having the eye for taking a picture and knowing what to use as far as your tools are concerned to take the pictures, using them properly. There's a lot of things that a consumer just doesn't know, but a professional would. And I'm not saying this to just try to draw your attention to me, so to speak. Get you a good photographer. I'm not saying just get me. I'm not trying to convince you to come to me. I'm trying to convince you to choose a good photographer. Because the important thing to me in the end is more so you having a beautiful day. It's not the money to me. It's you having a beautiful day. I love capturing pictures, true enough. And yes, I should be compensated for what I do. But the important thing to me on your wedding day is that your things are captured properly. And that's the sign of a good photographer. You look for individuals who's all about your day and not all about the money. Somebody that's all about your day is going to put their heart into it. They're going to do everything they can possible to make sure that your day is captured nice and make sure you're satisfied. They're going to look at pictures and say, if I'm not happy with this, my client is not happy with this. And they're going to take it personal. They're going to look at it as if it's their own pictures. So that's the sign of a good photographer. And you pay for photographers like that. So don't downplay it just because of you see how easy it is to have a digital image. You don't see all the processing that goes on behind the scenes, making sure everything is straight. It might be a piece of hair out of place, but you fix that. There may be something that might have been in the background of the image that, the image is perfect, but there's something in the background that's distracting. And might be little tweaks and stuff that need to take stuff out. All that, it takes precision to be able to do this stuff and make it blend. It's not an easy task, and it takes a long time. time that it takes to shoot the pictures versus the time it takes to process the pictures. So, you know, it's a lot of things that's involved. So when a person sit there and say, oh, $1,000 is too much for taking, you know, for shooting a wedding. No, it's not. In most instances, $1,000 is not enough. It's just that there's so much involved with a photographer. A photographer's in business to, you know, make money, to earn a living, to, you know, be able to feed his family, just like a job is. But it's a business. So with that business comes with expenses. Now, a real photographer has gone out and bought good equipment. They went through trainings that they've paid for, so that they can make sure your day is captured nicely. So all those things are things that you pay for to get that done. When you go to, you know, Uncle Bob or go to somebody else that just has a camera and just say, hey, I'll shoot you waiting for you for $300, $400, they're just trying to make a quick buck, snapping some shots. They're not going to retouch them. They're not going to make them look the best. Things are going to be out of focus. Things are going to be blurred. It's just, that's what you're going to get. And people are going to be mad and they're going to be upset and you'll regret it. So get you a good photographer. Don't worry so much about the price, because if a person really wants something, what do? They see if it's a possibility for it to be financed, and they go and they get it. Why you can't do the same thing with your wedding photography? It's just a simple thing. I mean, you know, you just have to just look at it from that standpoint. You know, don't try to downplay the photographer. You know, that happens a lot. The photographer should not be downplayed. His job is very important. And the same thing with a videographer. Do the same thing with a videographer. Don't just go with any videographer. Look at his work. Look at his quality. Go from there. You want quality. Don't look at the price. Because if you really want something, you'll go and finance it. That's what you'll do. And see, even with me, with my photography business, when it comes to weddings, I offer financing. So, you know, because sometimes that's a lot of money to come out of all at once. So, you know, you make a deposit and you make payments all the way up until 2 weeks before your wedding event. Some photographers say you got to pay them a month before. Some say you pay the day of. It just depends on the photographer, but mine is 2 weeks before the event. So, you know, you can pay however you want it. We can set up the payment plan and get everything going, and you'll know how much you're paying. But a good photographer that's really looking out for their clients is going to do those things, and you're going to pay for stuff like that. You got to pay for that. It works out better for you in the long run. Again, everybody has regretted it when they chose to go the cheap route. So I just want to kind of get that out there. Common mistake that's made with choosing your wedding photographer. Choose wisely. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. Choose wisely. Another thing you want to look at too is a photographer that has good customer service. Good customer service. If you got a photographer that you got to try to drag down, won't call you back, that's not good professional service. A good photographer will communicate with you. You have some people say, hey, I was just trying to check on my pictures, and then they won't call back and tell them anything. If, you know, photographers really should be like, you know, if I'm processing pictures and, you know, I'm still trying to get things going, and I tell you that give me this amount of time to process your pictures, and then you call in between that asking how things are going, me being a good photographer, I'm going to reply back to you. I'm going to tell you, hey, everything's going good, just about done, or whatever the case may be. I'm going to be honest, open and honest. I believe that's the best thing to do with any client. Be open and honest. Even if I fouled up, be open and honest about it. That's the best way. And just try to give good customer service. You got a lot of photographers out here that they're not people persons. They don't give you good customer service. Look for those things when you look for your photographer. I had someone to be upset and come to me because they found out the photographer that they were using had done their engagement pictures. Boy, it was time to get ready to do their wedding. Hadn't heard from them. They're trying to figure out what's going on. You know, where are they? And then they got to a point where they say, you know what, I can't wait for this person. I'm still trying to call them. I can't get up in contact with them. They won't communicate with me. I can't wait for this person, so I got to find somebody else. And then they came to me. I shot their wedding for them. It was like, we should have been with you in the first place. You've always talked to us every time we've called you. So customer service is important. All these things I'm telling you because I know what I've heard different people say there's been a problem with them, what they've had with photographers. And I've tried to learn from those situations, even though those are not things that I practice. I don't practice those negative things. So look for all those things when it comes to your photographer. Those things are going to help you out in the long run. It'll help you out. You'll be happy. You have peace of mind paying that extra money. So don't shortchange it. Just go ahead and do it. Just want to kind of share those things because I don't want people making these same mistakes, and I'm tired of seeing sad faces. Because like I said, I'm not doing this to bring you to me, but just choose a good photographer. Because the bottom line is, to me, I want you to have a beautiful day. I want your beautiful day to be documented properly. So just choose a good photographer. That's all I have to say today. You take care of yourself until my next video. Peace.